And we are the Angry Geeks. I am Lewis. That's Jamie. What's the matter?
That was terrible sound.
What's it? There's a crowd cheering for you because I love you and everyone else does.
You're just sucking up to me.
Yes,
I
I
can't
am.
do that because my nails are wet. Hi,
And
Aviva!
hi, Aviva. I'm not sucking up to you. I'm showing my appreciation for my
You're
business partner,
sucking
for
up
my
to
sister from
me.
another mister, for
You're
my
sucking
good
up to
friend, one of my
me.
bestest friend. And that's why I am not sucking up to you. We have a good guest backstage, and I am not sucking up to you. I'm showing you my deepest appreciation.
You're sucking up to me.
No, I'm not. I'm not. I promise you.
I
I'm
promise
not
you
sucking up to
are.
you.
Yeah,
No.
you are.
Hey,
Hi,
look, one
Chris.
of our sponsors is in the house, Chris Heaver. Hi, from C8 Square Collectibles. No, I'm not.
Ah!
I am not. Anyway, backstage, before we get tonight's discussion of talking Hawkeye, talking Spider-Man, No Way Home, and
I
talking
can't talk
everything all
Spider-Man. I
geeky.
didn't see
And
it yet.
I know, I can't believe you didn't do your homework, but that's okay. Well, we'll try and
I have
that's okay. We'll try and stray
priorities.
from spoilers because we got some people in here that probably didn't watch spoilers from and Corey. Yes, everyone
Hi,
can't talk
Corey.
Spider-Man without Spidey Day.
Corey.
Merry Christmas. Yes.
Corey. You know
Hi,
why Lewis is
Corey.
sucking up to me?
And no, and look at and I want to talk Herb for the owner of
Hi.
Earplug Podcast Network. We do have to talk about Herb tonight. We have a GoFundMe for Herb. Herb has been, I don't know if Jamie knows, Herb is very sick, and we're going to be talking about that. We do have a GoFundMe for Herb, so we'll be talking about that shortly. And without further ado, and well, no, we're going to wait a second because our guest just disappeared for a second.
Uh-oh.
Anyway, yeah, I don't know where he went.
Let me
Anyway,
play with
yes,
his background again.
there is a GoFundMe for Herb, the owner of
Yes.
Earplug. Herb has cancer, and a GoFundMe is up there for meds and other things. So we will be posting that and sharing that. So we'll be taking care of that soon. That'll be up on the page. I really hate that word. So kind of, yeah, not to bring everything down, but I wanted to bring that up. And we're waiting for,
Hi,
let's see.
Joe. Joe says
And
hi. Well, he
oh,
said
Joe
kids,
is in
but
the
that was
house.
a hi, I'm guessing.
Oh, hello, Joe. How are you? And let's bring up our guest. And no, he's gone again. Anyway,
He was up
tonight's
and
guest.
down.
Yes, tonight's guest is Mr. Carl Bird from CodexPrime. There he is, kid. What is going on with
Okay,
you?
all right. Man, I don't know what's going on. There's some bad connectivity or something, but all right. Hopefully we're good. Hopefully we're
I know
good.
what it is. I know exactly what it is. Victor's not here. See, if Vic is here, he runs all the tech. You have no problems. Am I right or wrong?
That's true. That indeed is true.
Anyway, tell us a little bit about
I am
Codex.
not ashamed to admit that. We're just simply we are simply a podcast, two geeks from Providence, Rhode Island, just loving geek culture, whether it be film, comic books, video games, pro wrestling, anything under the sun, we will talk about it. So yeah, we're a Providence version of Angry Geeks, basically.
You guys argue, and one of you wears a costume, and
argue, yes. Costumes,
because
it depends on if there's a bet going on.
I think you can rock a tiara. I really do. I really think that you and Jamie could be twins.
A tiara, no.
We'll be some Wonder Twins.
I don't think I can pull it off. I don't think I can pull that off.
How long have you guys been rocking and rolling?
Since 2015. I actually came later. They started around May of 2015, and it was actually two other gentlemen that was on the show, Aris and Maurice, but they had moved on to, be husband, fathers and stuff. And so probably around episode 11, they needed somebody to be the quote unquote social media chair. And they just asked me to do it. And I already had started DJing and doing some radio work here and there. So they asked me to be a part of it. And I've been rocking with them ever since.
Awesome. Well, yeah, I tell you what, you do a hell of a job. We saw you at Rhode Island with the AEW panel, and I watched the video. But you rocked it, kid. I was proud. That was your first panel, and I'm
First
very
ever.
proud of you. You did good. You did
Oh
absolutely
man,
good.
unfortunately, we lost the copies that you sent us. Is there any way that you can send us?
Yeah, what are you talking about? I didn't send you no copies. What are you talking about? I have no idea what you are talking
You
about.
did. Somebody did. It was somebody did.
Yes, somebody sent you something, but I didn't.
But I already lost it. So.
Oh, good, because
I got a bad feeling about this.
it wasn't
Whoa.
me.
Okay.
I have no idea what you're talking about. Pay no attention.
Oh man.
I have no
Oh,
idea.
Evacuate in our moment of triumph.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I don't know.
God,
These
Jamie,
sound
do you
effects
have
are
anything
hilarious.
quick?
I will tell you that.
I have no idea what you're talking about. Shh, Ixnay on the Oopensay, Carl. What the heck? Jamie, I know you were busy all weekend and you did not go to see Spider-Man.
That's right, Corey, because Lewis doesn't send anything out.
That's
Which is
right.
why I
It wasn't
told
me.
Lewis, Corey, this is for you, will not be on the show until you receive your package.
And speaking of which, we are on hiatus next week. And I will not be on Faces of Heels or any other podcast next week because I am on vacation. So this is the last Angry Geek show of 2021. This is the last show of the year. And Corey, I will tell you right now.
I'm also holding my address hostage from him. So he can't send me anything.
Guess what?
Rose probably found it.
Yes, she did.
Either way.
But no, seriously, Corey's package, finally, it's all wrapped up and it's in brown paper. It is the box itself. I even threw some extra stuff in it, so it's extra heavy, and it's on its way. Scout's honor.
Just know that if you don't see me in all of January, it's because Lewis still hasn't mailed it.
And Joe McDonald says, these aren't the droids you're looking for.
No, I don't like you either.
And yes, but no.
Hey, I have my Star Wars Rebel shirt on.
Really? Oh.
You can actually see through it.
Oh.
Forget this bum.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
so anyway.
It's a workout shirt. I was working out.
Okay, it's Jamie. I can't believe you did not go see Spider-Man. Did you watch The Witcher at least?
I was busy.
Ah.
No,
No,
Lewis,
I didn't watch
had
it either.
to do an entire season's worth of Christmas shopping in one day after work.
Did you buy me mine?
No,
Because
you didn't
remember,
give me
we
anything.
agreed
So
not
Corey,
to buy any.
No, I didn't
What?
get you anything.
No, we agreed not to buy each other gifts.
I know, we're not.
All right, but you're still getting something in the mail. Not by
You
me.
said it was a card. You already told me what it was.
Oh yeah! Damn it! Damn!
So I want to tell you something. This is coming straight from the heart.
All right, whatever. Yes, you're getting a card. It's a special card. Rose picked it up. Anyway, Joe McDonald says, "No Way Home. Bring lots of tissues. Good stuff, bad stuff, geek stuff." Joe, we haven't even gotten
That's
that
why
far.
I have long sleeves.
What?
I used my
You did see
it. No,
You
I
did
didn't.
Then what you just said, that's why you had long sleeves.
He said, bring tissues. I said, that's why I have long sleeves.
Okay.
I'm not
Well,
going. I took off Thursday, and I don't have to work Friday, so I'm probably going to go Thursday day.
Okay. Well, I got to go to work Friday. I got to make egg sandwiches Friday.
What?
I'm gonna. Yes, we're having the annual Tool Max potluck Christmas breakfast. So I will be making Perry's prestigious fried egg sandwiches.
So everybody's gonna be super farty, and you're gonna stink the place up.
I do that now anyway, but that's okay.
Look at this place. No
What
class in
is
here.
with you and the noise?
I don't know. I think I'm just
Stop
antsy
with the
tonight.
noises.
Corey says, spoiler alert, I'm not in it. Oh, but I tell you what, and Carl is gone again. He's having a hard time tonight. Let's really quick get into Spider-Man.
Yeah, with the person who hasn't seen it. Great.
Yes. Well, no, really quick. I enjoyed it. It did tug at my heartstrings. Excuse me. Jamie, you are going to cry very much, and you are going to love it.
Prepared
And
myself for
Carl, please call Victor.
Oh man,
Please.
I don't know what's going. I really do not know what is going on. I just moved to a different part of the house, so hopefully
I see
this
you
is
have different drapes behind you.
I'm in the dining room now. Like I don't know what was going. I just tried moving closer to the router, so hopefully this works. Fingers crossed.
Usually
all right,
I'm the one with the technical problem, so it's okay.
All right, we have some comments coming in. Joe McDonald says, spoiler alert, Baby Yoda not in it. Jay Kennedy says he loved it. Spidey himself says he loved it. I have to say that I do love it. I'm going to give it 5 Angry Geek Shields.
Wow.
I cried, I laughed, I peed my pants because I did jump twice.
You peed like you actually peed your pants.
No, I did not actually pee. That's your job. But I am telling you, Aviva says that they loved it. There is 2 cutscenes. Out of the 2 cutscenes, the last one, the second one, is my favorite. I went goo goo gaga over that only because one of my favorite characters, one of my favorite Marvel characters, is in that one, and I'll give you guys a hint right here. The whole cutscene right there. Okay. Oh my God. And I'm just saying, I can't say enough about it. I just absolutely loved it. Goosebumps throughout the whole film. But it is heartbreaking, man. It tugs at your heartstrings. If you don't have a heart, you're not gonna like this movie.
But I don't have a heart.
I know you have a black
you
soul.
do.
No, she doesn't. I live with her. She has a black soul. Okay.
He is right. I mean, honestly, in real life, I'm the furthest from Wonder Woman that there ever is.
She's so sweet, though.
No, my good man. No, she is like death incarnate. What are you talking about?
From my experience with her, she's just been so sweet. So
you were with her for 3 seconds. No,
it
was longer than that. It was longer than that.
This is
I
her
gave him a 5.
5-10 minutes, maybe. plus the 2 hours from being on our show.
True. And Joe McDonald says, spoiler alert, no crocodiles. Thanks,
See,
Joe.
even Kevin. I think Kevin's vouching for my soullessness. Kevin actually worked for me, so he really knows the real me. Hi, Kev.
You see, Carl, when Jamie walks into
finished Masters of the Universe, by the way, Kev.
I haven't even started season 2 yet. When Jamie walks into the room, most people that know her hear this. The boss battle, okay? And then it's followed up by this. Her laugh, because she is evil incarnate. I know it in every
Well, I hope I never see that side of her.
Oh, Kev.
Kevin says he's speaking about Spider-Man.
Kevin, I should have went with you to watch it on Friday. If you went Friday, we were talking about me.
Kevin, I want to apologize. Kevin sent me a message really quick, a private DM to say he saw Spider-Man. I was offline the entire weekend. I did not want to have.
No, you won't. You posted a picture of you at the movies.
You did.
Yeah, at the movie, but I'm saying I didn't see anything. I stayed offline and stop hating Lewis. What am I hating, Kevin?
On me?
I am
I
not.
don't know.
I don't know either. I'm not sure what Kevin's talking about. Anyhow, no,
Half
I'm
the
not
time,
hating.
nobody is.
What?
He doesn't make sense 99% of the time.
I don't
Stop
know.
with the noises!
I don't know what I'm hating. I'm not hating anything. I loved the movie. I thought it was fantastic.
Yes.
But definitely, you don't have a heart if you don't like this movie. I mean, it's just like, wow.
It was a wonderful movie. I saw it on Thursday.
Okay.
Risked everything that I was supposed to do because once I saw tickets available for Thursday, yeah, I'm gonna be that guy to say I can be the first one to see it, even though I saw it like a little later on in the day. But still, I can say that. But yeah, it helped a lot when it helped a lot because I read the story, the No Way Home story, which was they took a lot from that story,
Mm-hmm.
and it just tugged out like everything. It sets you on a huge roller coaster ride. Since I've seen it since Thursday, I can talk about it without like spoiling it. But we will go with full blown spoilers tomorrow on the Codex Prime podcast. But yeah, it just sends you on an entire like emotional roller coaster ride. Like everything's just fun, comedy, excitement, the action. And then yeah, it tugged on your heartstrings a little. It tugs on your
Oh,
heartstrings. It does.
it does. Kevin says Jamie has a heart, but the heart is black. See, the heart
Yeah.
does come up black on the screen. And Kevin also comes back and says, Jamie, what did you get me for Christmas?
Kevin.
And Mark May is in the house. Mark says, hey, everyone,
Hi,
great
Mark.
movie. Hi, Mark. And Corey's back. Saw it Thursday and donned the suit, of course. Corey, I
Of
would
course you
have it
did.
no other way.
I would not
Yes,
expect
you would
anything
have to have
less.
seen. Yes, and Joe McDonald says, I haven't cried that much since Endgame.
Oh
I
man, that means I'm gonna be a
seriously.
hot mess.
Yeah, I was waiting for you. To be honest with you, I was waiting all weekend
If I saw it, you would have gotten reports of a flood in Concord, New Hampshire that spontaneously erupted from a movie theater.
Well, no, seriously, I was waiting to hear from you all weekend long.
I was so busy. All I wanted to do was watch the movie, but it was. I don't even remember what happened Friday night. Saturday, I had to work. Then I went Christmas shopping, and I got done work at 12 on Saturday and didn't get home till like 8 o'clock that night. That's how long I was out shopping. And then I was exhausted. Then Saturday, I was like, wow, I haven't seen my horse for 3 days. I have to go to the farm. And then I did that. And then I had to go food shopping. And so it was just literally a weekend of adulting and not watching movies.
Yeah, I was seriously. I stayed away from social media. I stayed off of Twitter. Stayed off of Instagram and Facebook until I got to the theater because I didn't want any spoilers at all.
I have to say, I have not stayed away from social media, and I have not seen a single spoiler. So kudos to everybody in my friends list. You guys are awesome.
Mm-hmm. I wasn't taking any chances. And Carl Bird, and we have
Carl's
a
frozen,
clone
I
again
think.
in the studio.
Yeah.
Carl, we have two of you in the studio again. Andre
Hi,
is in the house.
Andre.
Hey, Andre. And Joe Goulart is back. Uncle Joe. Uncle Joe says it was okay. Sarcasm maxed out. And Carl is gone again. Carl is.
And I should be
Carl's
back.
having
Oh my
issues.
God.
What are you doing?
It is not me. I
Having
promise
eye
you.
issues.
I promise you. I really wish Vic was here. We wouldn't be going through this at all.
Joe McDonald says the only spoiler he knew about was that there were multiple cut scenes.
Yeah,
Well,
and if that's a spoiler, like I wouldn't consider it a spoiler other than Lewis trying to spoil the second cutscene.
Well, the second cutscene is not really a cutscene. It's more and I don't mean to spoil this for anyone. It's more of a trailer. It's not really a cutscene. Would you agree,
Yeah, but
Carl?
it's still you still kind of just spoiled it.
Okay, yeah, I did. I did, but I mean,
Lou, just shut up about it right now. We're going to talk about Hawkeye.
yes, let's talk about Hawkeye. And DJ is playing the Invisible Man role. Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
he
am.
is. Killing it.
Carl, Hawkeye, what are you thinking about this wonderful show?
Enjoying it. I just picked up the saga Barton and Bishop on Friday. Was it Friday? Yeah, Friday.
Okay.
So I'm looking forward to reading that because that's the source material for that show. But so far, I'm really enjoying it. I love Yelena with Kate Bishop. I love how they just introduce a whole new character at the end of the final episode, which I'm like,
Yes.
but go ahead.
Now, how do you feel the timing of them introducing that character at the end of that last week's episode and the events, let's say, in No Way Home tie together? Think.
Now that he's officially in the MCU, because remember the Netflix series, they were MCU.
Yes. Now, Joe McDonald right here says timing was
but
perfect.
If
That's
you want to
what I'm
just
saying. Go ahead, Carl. You're
It
breaking
was.
up. The timing. That's what I was getting at. The
Yeah.
timing
Can you hear me now?
of the two. Yeah. The timing that I was getting at. The timing of the two was
Aviva
perfect.
said,
Now I
"Stop
got
it."
another woman in my life mad at me. Aviva is saying, "Lewis, stop it." I wasn't giving anything away. I was just
But
talking
you
about
are.
timing. No, I'm.
You
And
are.
Mark is in.
Yeah.
Mark is saying,
And he's
spoiler
yelling
alert.
at you.
No, I'm just saying. Ooh, look at Spidey says he's digging the Easter eggs. I am not. I'm not trying to give anything away. I'm just saying timing was perfect. That's all I have to say. I'm digging it. Now I do want to comment on Jamie because I did talk to Jamie on, was it Thursday
It was
morning?
last
You and I
week's
talked.
show, and then I texted you because you wanted my address, and I said I'm not giving it to you until you mail Corey's package. And then I said,
then
by
Rose
the
kicked
way,
me out
I
of the
told
house.
you he didn't recognize her.
Yes, because Rose kicked me out of the house Thursday night, gave away my comics and my toys, and you didn't care. And Carl is back in the studio
I
again
said,
as another person.
she's my
and he's
kind
going
of
to
girl.
disappear.
Oh, look, and Andre said, nice, ruin it for everyone.
And James is in the house, and James says,
Oh,
Louis,
look,
stop.
he said stop. You know why? Because you avoided social media all weekend and not see spoilers. So
But
now
I'm
you're
not
gonna
doing
spoil it for
anything.
everybody.
No, I'm not doing that at all. I think
I'm about to pull
Hawkeye.
a Carl and be an invisible man.
I know.
It's gonna be the Lewis show.
Hawkeye is rapidly becoming my favorite
Hawkeye
Disney Plus show.
Amazing. I love it.
Until
I
Carl
just love it.
Until Carl comes back, what kind of animes have you been watching this week? Anything new?
I started watching Full Metal Alchemist.
Okay, and how do you rate that?
Very into it.
What's the premise?
Only on like the 4th or 5th episode. So it's these two kids that are like these alchemy prodigies, and they pretty much, in the beginning, their mom dies, and they're trying to bring her back to life. Well, they tried, and in alchemy, you have to like give a trade basically in order. It's like a give and take thing. So when they were trying to bring the mom back to life, the one kid lost his body, the other kid lost an arm and a leg, but he was able to put the younger brother's body into this suit of armor, but it's just his soul is like in the suit of armor. There's no body. So now they're trying to basically do what they can to fix each other. Hi, Carl.
Okay,
Oh,
I'm just
welcome
gonna
to
do
the
it from
Angry
my
Geek.
phone because the iPad is just kind of. Hopefully, the phone will just be would work better.
Well, you're clearer.
Yeah,
Well,
you're
that's
much
good.
clearer.
Yeah.
All right. Well, here we go.
You
This is it.
sound better. Yeah.
This is it.
All right, Carl, welcome back to the conversation.
I
Jamie was just
stuck
talking about Full Metal
my apologies.
Jamie was just talking about Full Metal Alchemist and explaining the premise of the show. Are you familiar with the show?
I heard of it, but I'd never seen it. I already know. Shame on me. But
I just started it, so I'm a anime is kind of a new thing for me. My kid got me into it,
okay.
and I mean, I've watched a bunch since then, but I just started this one because I finished. What did I watch last week that I said? Levius. Levius
Yes.
is really good on Netflix. Oh, I
Now-
really love that. But I love fighting and boxing, and that one is they're called metal boxers, and they have metal arms. Basically, they replace their arms with these metal appendages to fight. And I just loved it.
Now Andre comes in before we take a quick break. Andre comes in and says he just finished Hit Monkey and cannot wait for the next season. And Mark comes in and says Hit Monkey was great. Jamie, when we come back, we're going to continue our conversation about your newest anime. Now, you wanted to talk about that last week.
Levius,
After
the one
yes.
that I finished already.
All right, we're going to take a quick 30-second break, and we will be right back and talk more
Woo!
about anime.
Angry Geek Show. Brought to you by CH Square Collectibles, Comics Collectibles, and more. Magic the Gathering every Friday at 6 p.m. Located at 39 Wedgwood Drive, Suite 232, Jewett City. Comics, sports card, autographs, online sales. CH Square Collectibles, proud sponsor of the Angry Geek Show.
So, Jamie, after we went off air last week, you started talking about this show. What was the appeal of the show to you, and what's the premise
To
of this?
me, it's for Levius. It was because it's a fight. It's like a boxing based show, and everybody who watches knows I was a fighter, so I competed. But I just really got into it. It's about so long story short, there's this water that has these properties from decomposing dinosaurs, basically, and the people that lived in these cities where this water is, somehow these scientists found out that if you mix this water with human blood, it creates this steam that whoever's blood was mixed with it can control the steam. So those mechanical arms are controlled by steam. So it's not really fully mechanical. It's like almost like a biomechanical, because it's mixing their blood with this water, and they're controlling it really with their mind power.
Mm-hmm.
But they fight. They call it metal boxing, and they have these matches. So this kid in the beginning, he ends up losing his arm. There was a war over the water between all these people that wanted to control it, and the kid got caught up in it. He lost his arm. Kids got kidnapped. So there's this whole other story going along with the boxing, but the way that they put everything together, it's just so good. So good. Okay. Like, I need more.
All right. Carl, this question's for you as well. What attracts you to an anime? We never really talked about that. I mean, you come up every week and you do talk about the newest anime that you're watching, but
I'm so random.
I know. I never asked you what catches your eye.
Random. There is not one. Like, my favorite, all-time favorite is the Seven Deadly Sins.
Yep.
Which is,
I know that.
You know, but I really like the fighting. Like, I've watched a couple now that are like boxing theme related, and I really enjoy those just because of the boxing aspect. I really enjoyed Cowboy Bebop, and they're like space bounty hunters, you know. So nothing that I've watched is even. There's certain things that I gravitate towards, but I really to me, it's more of the character development. Like if I can really get into the characters and get into like in Levius, that, oh my God, I watch all these things when I'm on the treadmill, and I was jumping up and down on the treadmill when the thing's at like full speed. I don't know how I didn't break my neck. I'm like smashing the
Yeah, that sounds
thing,
dangerous.
and I'm like yelling at it, and my kid is like on the other corner of the room. He's working out, and I have headphones on, so he can't hear what I'm hearing, and he doesn't know what I'm watching. All he sees is me losing my mind on the treadmill. I'm like, ah! And I'm like yelling at it, and he's like, what in the world is the matter with you? But I have to like feel something. And as long as these shows make me feel something, that's what, like, I don't know, after the first couple episodes, I can tell how I feel about the characters, whether I'm going to like it or not. There's a bunch that I watched and I turned them off and just went on to something else.
Okay. Carl, what gravitates you toward an anime?
Between fight scenes and the art style as well.
Okay.
Anime just always had like this unique art style. I do draw at times, but so I was always gravitated to like art and stuff, especially like comic book art. So like the art styles, the colors and everything is just, that's what like first grabs my attention, and then I'm just there. And then once I see a dope fight scene, like I'm in. Like sometimes, if it's
some of those fight scenes, that's where it was a fight scene where I was losing my mind, and I was just like,
right.
Ah! Like, oh, it was so good.
Right. Like my all-time is Dragon Ball. Like I remember back in the day when I was in high school, it would come on Cartoon Network after school. And if me and my friends wasn't gonna make it back home in time for Dragon Ball, because it came on roughly around 5 o'clock, and we would kind of like do some other things, after school and whatnot. So, but if we didn't make it, there was a cost communication kiosk in the mall, and we would actually go to the mall, ask them to put it on. They'll gladly do it for us, and we'll just sit there and we're just standing there in front of a TV watching Dragon Ball. Like random people just look at us like, oh my God. Some will just say, hey, we're watching Dragon Ball, and they'll just join us, or they just point, or some will just point and look at us. We didn't care. We was watching Dragon Ball. And, this is around the time, too, when we were just starting to get, like, all those new episodes and stuff. It's not like, at disposal at your hands like it is yesterday. I mean, like it is today.
You can't just go on a streaming service and watch them.
Right. This was before streaming services. So we had to, you had to, rent tapes. You had to do some tape trading, like how they used to do wrestling.
Oh, say you set your VCR to record it at a certain time if you're not going to be home, and
exactly.
It was
2:30 in the afternoon where I grew up. Dragon Ball was on.
Yep.
2:30 in the afternoon. Andre comes in, and Andre art seems simple, but getting the shapes of the head correct isn't easy as it seems.
Any head shape, no matter what kind of style it is, if it's a person, I struggle with it. Animals, right, I got.
I have a question of the week, but we don't have a graphic for it. But I do have a question. What is the difference between geeking out over a movie trailer, a toy, or something that you are passionate about, and a sporting event? What is the difference between the two? So is it wrong to geek out over seeing a movie trailer or walking into a store and seeing a toy that you need for your collection or a collectible? And what is the difference between the two, and why is one frowned upon while one isn't?
It's two completely different things.
Exactly.
But it's
exactly.
still kind of like geeking, being excited over
it. It is, but I think with the sports, they're reacting to an action. So it's like excitement. It's, so I can't say that they're geeking out. To a movie trailer, yes. Similar. A toy, no, because a toy isn't like something didn't just happen and here's the toy. That's a different level of excitement. That's like Christmas morning excitement, not
okay.
Not a reaction to an action.
Well, if that reaction still brings joy to someone, is that a bad thing? If
No,
if you're showing the same
You're
emotion.
talking to me. I just about
Exactly.
threw myself off a treadmill over a fight scene in a cartoon. So
Exactly. So I want to know this from our listeners and our viewers. For those of you watching at home on public access TV, please go to our website and submit your answers to this question, because we want to know. Jamie and I want to know. For those of you listening on the Earplug Podcast Network, please send in your question. And those watching live, please comment in the questions below right now.
I have my sorry.
Yeah,
So
no, go right ahead.
I think the people, and I think I know where you're getting at, the people that hate on the people like us that get excited over those things. Most of them, I feel like they have no joy in their life and they're jealous. They lost their inner child. No, they lost their inner child, and they see us adults that are collecting whatever and getting excited over movie trailers and whatnot as almost like these childish adults that haven't grown up. But in all reality, like, one, I don't want to grow up. And yes, I'm grown up. I pay my bills. I live my life and take care of my responsibilities. But I also know what makes me happy. And I'm not afraid to embrace that and enjoy it.
Oh, I ain't never growing up. You know that,
and
Rose.
I feel like and I had like my mom was, when I first started cosplaying, my mom was like, "What are you doing?" Like, she's like, "You're not a teenager anymore." And then she realized like how much it meant to me and what it means to kids and like how it changed my life to be more positive. And then it was like, oh, actually that's not that bad. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, some
but there's
people
they just see it and they're like, wow, look at that man child, not man, but
they simply prejudge. Like when I tell people, oh, I own like this many comics, and like, oh my god, why? I'm like, well, for one, it makes me happy. Number two, I get a thrill of it. But then when, like, especially with the huge boom of superhero movies comes out, they're asking me, I'm the question, they're asking me questions all about this. So, oh, well, this and this and that. And I'm looking like that Charlie Day meme where, he's explaining, but then it's like, all right, I kind of, all right. I see why you collect all these comics. I see why you read them. So like when the movie comes out, you know what you're talking about. You're already, steps ahead of us and all that.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Oh, exactly. I think everyone should have a passion. It doesn't matter what it is, as long as you're not hurting yourself, as
Right.
long as you're not hurting someone else, be passionate about it. And I think if it brings joy to you, and again, if it's not hurting you or hurting anyone around you, have fun. I don't care if it's collecting rocks and I got a new rock. So what?
Well,
You got
and
a new
that's the
rock.
whole thing.
Yeah.
It could be anything, but if it makes somebody happy, then let them be happy and be happy for them. And that's I mean, so you could say like I collect nail polish. I don't, but I do, but I don't. Like it's really a serious problem that I have because I only ever paint them black, and I have a million colors. But like I like buying nail polish, so
it's like
it is what it is. Or colored pencils, or
it's weird. You collect nail polish, and you
well,
have.
I really don't, but yeah.
Well, I know what you mean.
Yeah,
It's like.
But there's certain things that I buy, like for some reason, it makes me happy to buy all these colors of nail polish, knowing I'm only ever going to paint them black.
I totally. Think about it now. I have. This is probably. I have a gazillion shirts with the S on it.
Yeah.
I can probably. Everyone knows that. I have a gazillion Macho Man shirts with the same design on it. And it just makes me happy. Aviva comes in and says Mark collects weights, and yeah, great. That is fantastic. It brings them joy. I just
and dog hair.
Dog hair. Yeah. Well, yeah.
Collect
Rose
dog hair.
and I collect dog hair too. It's just if I walk into a Walmart or a Target, because there is no toy stores anymore.
Right.
But even if I walk into a Walgreens and I see, oh my God, the action figure I'm looking for is right there, and a Walgreens exclusive. I do get, excited. I get giddy. I freak out. Like I'm having a heart attack. I run over and grab it. It's like the holy grail. The heavens open up.
Now,
And
if you're like knocking children out of the way and shoving them in
I
the
only
walls,
did that once, and
that's
that
a
was
problem.
alleged.
Oh man.
That was alleged. Cody, my son, says I did it. He was not there. And I will explain this story once again. And it was at one of Eric Yakov's conventions. Okay.
Oh, even worse.
And no, this is the whole story. It was for a wonder. Now I will tell. What does Andre say? Hold on.
He said, "I'm
Andre
collecting
said,
weight."
if my ass gets any
She meant
fatter, I won't
weights,
fit through the
like
door.
like barbells and dumbbells.
Okay. Aviva says we can continue the comic and art collection. I'm okay with that. Corey says, got to collect anything with the spider symbol on it. Yes, of course. And Aviva also says it is not fantastic that Mark collects weights.
Not weights.
Weights. There was a vendor selling the DC Universe classics, and there was a Wonder Woman action figure that I needed. I did need this Wonder Woman figure. I do. I do need it. I did. And it was a rather pricey figure. And now this girl must have been between 9 and 10, maybe possibly 11, a little
And he
under
elbowed
11.
her.
I did not elbow her, okay? What had happened was she had it in her hand. She was making me nervous because she was squeezing that bubble. I was like, ee! And the fathers kept telling her, no, it was too much money. Put it back. The father would take the figure, put it back on the shelf. The girl would take the figure back off the shelf, and I want it. And she would squeeze the bubble even more. And I would go, ee! Even more as she was squeezing that bubble. Even the vendor was going, oh my God, don't squeeze the bubble, because it was a rather pricey figure. Again, the father took the figure, put it back on the shelf. The father knew I was interested in that figure. He kept looking at me, and she's like, he told the little girl, somebody else wants the figure. And I was like, are you going to buy it? The father said no. The little girl said yes. The father put the figure back on the shelf. The little girl grabbed it again. So I was just like one of your sports ball player guys. The father, that's right. Ali was there. Ali remembers right there. Ali Montgomery was at the convention with me. Ali, do you remember?
Why are you gonna encourage him?
Yes, Ali was there. He remembered. He was there. The girl then put the figure back on the shelf, and before anybody could move, I snagged it, gave the guy the $50 and ran. Plain and simple. And Ali Montgomery was with me when that happened.
Which Wonder Woman figure was this?
It's on the wall right here. It's the Wonder Woman Classics.
I can see it.
Figure 1, Wave 4. That's what it was. And Corey says maybe she will send it to you for Christmas. No, Corey,
Corey, but you're gonna get your package, because I won't be on the show if you don't.
Yes, and look at. And Ali says he can co-sign on this because Ali was with me at this convention. And that's a true story. I almost had a fist fight with a 9-year-old and her dad. But the dad was on my side. The dad was on my side.
I mean,
so the dad should have just gave it to you.
That's
to make his life easier. I would have been like, here you go.
I mean, dude. but then the little girl would have hated her father.
Exactly. Yeah. So I didn't mind being a bad guy to get what I needed for my collection. And when I say I need something, I do need it. But see now, Carl, and I said this before, and I said this to everyone in our audience, I do have 2 women in my life that tell 3 women actually that say you don't need this. One, who I love more than life itself, which is my wife. The second is another one that I love more than life itself, my daughter Jacqueline. And then the third, my sister from another mister. When I'm out with her on the weekends, she says, you don't need it. Yes. So exactly. I have these people, these 3 women that are constantly, you don't need it. You don't need it. You don't need it. Yeah. And
you don't need it.
And then well,
Nobody to tell me that.
and then-
I have
Don't
nobody
worry, boy,
to tell
you'll
me
get
that,
there.
so that's
You'll-
why I own as many comics as I do. Like I get bored. And I'm just like, I'm just gonna go comic book hunting because I'm bored.
See, that's what I call it. Now,
Don't-
listen to.
You're not allowed near Lewis.
Well, so listen to this. We did. Rose and I went Christmas shopping last weekend, and I came across a Hawkeye statue that I'd never seen before, and I was like, "Oh, that's pretty."
Oh no.
And Rose is like, "Go ahead and buy it. Go ahead and buy it."
What?
You know,
You're in the
she
clear.
did. She told me buy. She told me buy. I had a choice between buying this Marvel Select action figure or this Hawkeye statue. And I said, you know
Yeah.
what? No, I'm going to Eric's shop for a live show tomorrow. I am going to wait. And yes, Ali is coming in saying he is the devil on my shoulder, and we'll get to that
Yeah.
story. We'll get to that story in a second. I told Rose, no, I am not going to get it. I am not going to get it. I'm not going to get it. And I did not get the statue. So I go to Eric's store and I came back with a stack of Thor comics that cost almost as much as the statue. And Rose said, "What's that?" I said, "Comics." She said, "But we're supposed to be going Christmas shopping." I said, "But yesterday you said to buy the statue." She goes, "That's not a statue. That's comics." I was like, "I can't win." Did you call Jamie or
'Cause it's
something? I
not.
cannot win.
Did you tell her it was the same price as the statue?
I did, and it didn't work,
It
son.
doesn't
It did not.
matter.
Really?
It's not. No.
Yeah,
She
that's
said
my life. I
statue,
can't win.
not comics.
Toys.
And Kevin says Lewis dropping elbows for his toys, and Corey says, "Well, I'm confident I'll get it, Jamie, because Santa said so." Yes, he did, and I am
That's-
confident.
I know Santa too.
Yeah. And Ali says comics are a better investment though over a statue. Okay, so let's talk this. Ali and I were at another convention. Jamie was working, so Ali filled in for Jamie. And I had a choice between the first appearance of He-Man,
Ooh.
Marvel Comics Present 75, and this absolutely beautiful Supergirl statue. Everyone knows where my heart lies. Now, Superman is
Yeah.
in that. Everyone knows Superman is in that first appearance of He-Man. I do need that first appearance of He-Man to complete my first run of DC Comics Presents. But you don't mess with the S, and that statue of Supergirl was just absolutely beautiful. And Ali is like, "Don't get the statue, get the comic." I came home with the statue because that statue was absolutely beautiful, and I just had to get it. And Aviva says Rose likes Hawkeye. Yes, she does. She absolutely loves it. And Mark says, Mark Logic, this means by what?
The Hawkeye. Buy the Hawkeye for both of you.
Oh no, because I got bitched at by people at work for that logic. And Jamie, can okay, now check this out. Now, Carl, this show was supposed to be about you and about CodexPrime and everything, but now my son Cody comes up with this brilliant idea. Now, Rose says
Get out of
this.
the trash.
No, she didn't tell me to get out of the trash. Not this time.
Sorry.
So for Christmas, Neil and Cody, they wanted to do something special for Rose.
Yes.
Okay. So
They are good boys.
yes, they are good boys. So Cody comes up with the idea, let's bring mom somewhere. I said, fine, let's do that. Jackie says, bring her to a hockey game. Bring her to a Celtics game. Cody says, let's bring her to wrestling. Yes. So we bought her tickets. Now Rose likes wrestling. She does.
Okay.
She watches the pay-per-views with
Well.
us. We bought her tickets to SmackDown. We are going to SmackDown January 7th. She is sitting there with us. She loves Roman Reigns.
Excuse me.
She loves.
When is
Yes,
my
sister.
birthday?
I know I'm gonna say happy birthday to you, but I'll also be watching Drew McIntyre, the Scottish Warrior, which
It's
is
not
right
that
down
day.
there. I know it is now, but I'm going to SmackDown. But I promise you, that Friday night, I will say happy birthday. I promise.
My birthday's not Friday though.
June 7th, July 7th, January 7th is a Friday.
Whoa.
I know. See,
None
the
of
dates are
those
bad.
are my birthday.
January 7th,
Right.
we're going to SmackDown. January 7th. So at work, they asked me, what'd you get Rose for Christmas? And I said, SmackDown tickets. Everybody started yelling at me like I'm a bad guy.
If
What
that's what she likes, then I mean, you did the right thing.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
She
Mark
probably
knows
would've
my
liked
logic.
the hockey game more.
Corey says, well, that explains a lot. See, he gets it. What is wrong with that? I have nothing at all.
She would have
I
liked the
am a-
hockey game more.
That's what Jackie said, but I don't see it. And Donald says, hello, all.
Listen,
What?
Jackie would know more than you. Just saying.
I was going to call you and ask you, but you were busy working.
And I would have said the hockey game.
That's why I didn't call you.
Well, those
He did
tickets
it
more
for
for
his
you or her?
own benefit. They were for him.
No.
It's the only thing that he watches that she'll tolerate, which is why he bought those tickets.
Nope.
Like on the list of hockey, Celtics, wrestling, it's probably that order.
Pretty much.
He knows I'm right.
He does know you.
Super Bowl traditions. Rose watches the game. I bag and board all my comics all over again and watch the commercials. Pretty much that's about
Cannot with you.
it. Why?
You're just, what? Oh, Lewis. I can't.
What? I didn't do anything
Poor
wrong.
Rose.
What do you mean, poor Rose?
Oh.
What? What did I do wrong? I
I'm
didn't do nothing
disowning
wrong
you
at all.
till January.
Well, this is our last show of the year, and I do want to wish everyone a happy holiday season, Merry Christmas, and
Woo!
Happy Hanukkah, and Happy Festivus, and Happy what other holidays are around?
Kwanzaa.
Kwanzaa. Yep, I almost forgot that one. I was thinking of the Hawaiian one.
Oh,
My birthday.
Your birthday. I'll get into
January 7th.
that. Yes,
Son, it's the 4th. He doesn't even
January
know my
4th
birthday
is her birthday.
Oh, it's the 4th. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
He failed that test miserably.
No, I did not. I know it's January 4th.
What day of the week is
Oh,
that?
it's funny. Vix is January 1st.
What?
Really?
Yeah, Vix is January 1st.
I
that?
know it. I know it was January 4th.
No, you didn't.
I-
You're a liar.
Yes, I. Oh my God! It's January 4th.
It's a Tuesday.
What?
It's a Tuesday.
Of course I knew. I just had no idea.
And Donald says, "Happy holiday, Donald." Thank you so much, Carl. Tell us once again about your podcast and where we can find you, since you kept blipping on and off throughout this past hour, my friend.
Yeah, Thanos got a hold of me, and I just kept snapping away and coming right back,
but
snapping away.
you
coming
defeated
right
him with the phone. You know?
But yeah, you can find us all over social media at CodexPrime Podcast, Instagram at CodexPrime Podcast, Twitter, CodexPrime Cast. You can find us on iTunes, iHeartRadio, Stitcher, Spotify, SoundCloud, Google Podcasts. We are pretty much everywhere, and I can't.
All
It's
the
getting
things.
hard. Yes, it's getting very harder to say under one breath. Facebook on Facebook. Facebook.com/CodexPrime Podcast, Twitch that we need to start utilizing more. Codex Prime Podcast. We are everywhere.
Everywhere.
Jamie.
You can find us on theangrygeekshow.com or on Facebook and Instagram at The Angry Geeks.
I am Lewis. That is Jamie. We want to wish you guys a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy Holiday Season. This is our last show for 2021, and we will see you back in 2022 brand new stuff happening, and we will bring
But
back
you won't
question
see
of the
me
week.
if Corey doesn't have his box.
We will bring back question of the week. The top 5 is coming back. Jamie and I got a lot of plans for 2022 going on. New sponsorship as well, reoccurring sponsorships as well, and a lot more stuff, new games, and more stuff on the website. So make sure you stop by and see everything. And buy yourself some swag. I'm Lewis. That's Jamie. That's Carl. We'll see you guys soon. Happy New Year.
This has been an Earplug Podcast presentation, found on earplugpodcast.com, iTunes, SoundCloud, and wherever your favorite podcasts are found.